Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hot Pink Pod. I am your host, Camille Jamerson, president and one of the founders of the Alpha Omega Lambda Sorority Incorporated. This is our opportunity to come to you, speak to you about what's going on in our sorority, and also talk about some of the things that are near and dear to us. Our sorority is very focused on African American women, our African American community, and the things that may affect us as individuals. And two of our causes this year are mental health and wellness, and the other one is domestic violence. Under mental health and wellness, I believe today's topic really fits under that category. And I have a very special guest who's going to be joining us to discuss it. Our topic today is called self care beyond the aesthetic, right? When you hear that term, it's a very trendy term right now. People have all kinds of things to say about what it is and what it isn't. Some people think that they can't afford self-care because they may have a misnomer as to what exactly it is. But I brought somebody today to our studio to really talk to you about what self-care is, why it's so important, why you have to integrate it into your life for your mental health and well-being, your emotional health and well-being, as well as your spiritual and physical health and well-being. So none other, and full disclosure, this is my niece. I will claim her anywhere, but in her own right, she is a self-care advocate and dynamo. And I am so honored to have her here with me tonight. Would you guys please help me welcome to the stage my niece, Shanti?
Hi,
Hey,
guys. Hello, hello,
uh,
hello.
how are you?
I'm well. It's such a pleasure to be here. Hello, ladies.
Yeah, hey, awesome. Introduce yourself. Tell us about Time Out with Tay and all the things.
Well, I'm Shanti, your favorite self care advocate for women who are integrating and balanced life for motherhood, marriage, careers, etc. I specialize in helping women navigate and integrate self care into routines in their already busy lives without the guilt. That's the key.
Mm,
We
how
feel
about
guilty,
that?
right? Right?
Yeah, and that is. Oh, okay. We gotta get to that. That's a question. That is. Yeah, because I struggle with that.
Mhm,
Um.
mhm.
So let's define or redefine self-care. And like we talked about in the studio, a lot of people think that self-care is simply like massages and candles. But from your work, what exactly is it
Quite
and what is it
honestly,
not? Yeah.
quite honestly, bubble baths, massage, all great. I'm not going to take those away from the people who are doing those things, and that helps them manage their stress. But what
Hmm.
we're trying to get to is to alleviate. So we're
Mm,
mastering removing the anxiety around self care, but also the anxiety around the situation. Whatever is bothering you, there is a root cause. So we're going back to the roots, right?
hmm.
And figuring out what it is that is triggering me in this moment and why is it triggering me. So that comes with self-awareness, that comes with setting boundaries and therapy.
Hmm.
It's way more than just some bubble baths and some time away from your family. That is
Right.
more of an escape.
See,
We're not trying
it's
to
different.
escape. We're
Hey,
trying to
yeah.
live in our truth in every moment, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
I love that.
while I love a nail and I love a hair appointment, that's
Yeah.
not all of it, because
Hmm.
a lot of times we'll go to the external first, present ourselves in a way that makes us look as if we're put together, as if everything is all right, instead of working on the internal.
Mm.
So
Because nails cute and you still got
nails
the issue.
cute, but it doesn't help you in your daily life and your daily routine. You know, busy day, like I just told you earlier, I'm
Hmm.
coming off of a 12-hour layover. And I ain't gonna front. Full disclosure, a couple years ago, sis would have been on 10. I'd have been like, I can't do
Yes.
it. It's too much.
No, please don't make me. I
Please
can't. I'm
call
at
back, you know?
capacity. Yeah.
I'm at max. But I've learned to prioritize slowing down, taking the minute, taking the beat, because it's all happening for a reason, right? I shouldn't have been in the
Hmm.
air in the first place.
Okay.
That's my
How about
that's my
that?
first thought. I shouldn't have been
Yeah.
there. So that's why I wasn't there. And
Hmm.
of course I had a place to sleep. I got on my flight the next day. But we have to get to a place in our own personal walk where stressors are no longer effective or affecting you. It's a
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. To snatch the power from them.
Yes, you snatch the power away. Okay, this is not the time I'm supposed to be here, or this is not what's supposed to be happening in this moment. And I'm gonna just go ahead and relinquish control over that. I'm gonna let control go because you don't really have it in the first
Have
place.
it in first place. Right.
It's a
Right.
facade.
So you
That's
might as well name it.
you might as well. It's not yours, okay? In real life. So I teach women how to integrate the time to be set aside for themselves and set boundaries in their own mind first before we set boundaries out other, because it's easier to put people on blast like I can't mess with
Mm-hmm.
you, but it's here first.
Mm.
The boundaries
Do
come here first. You can't affect me in that way anymore.
oh gosh, there's so many places I want to go with that. I'm trying to stick to the script. Okay. So do you find that Black women struggle with that more or
We
not
do.
necessarily? Okay. Why is
Oh,
that?
100%. There's so many facets to it. I'm like, where am I going to go with this?
Like,
There's so
right.
many facets to that because um, a lot of it started because we come from broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have dads in the homes in the 80s, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
when the parents started separating. The foundation of family not kind of little, cracked,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of indefinitely. We're struggling to get back there, but Black men are in the house more. So let's not act like they not. But I'm
That's right.
saying the mentality is still there because
Mm-hmm.
I was raised mostly by a mom who was a single mom, and I seen her do it
Mm-hmm.
all, right? And it
Yeah.
wasn't her specifically saying, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. We mirror our parents and we mirror what
Yes.
we see. So I got this, I'm every woman, Whitney Houston singing it loud and proud
Mm.
and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
From our chest too.
from my chest, real loud. I'm independent. I don't need a man. And you might not. I'm not saying that you do. I'm saying you need help. You can't
Yes.
do life alone.
Loan. Yes, that is so good. That's
We're supposed to do
one
it
of
as
the
a
things
unit.
that's one of the things that we say within our sisterhood is that, come do life with us.
Yes.
Nobody, especially right now, nobody should be out here just winging it by themselves.
Willy-nilly. Not at all.
No,
Not at
no,
all.
no,
Like,
no,
not
no,
at all.
no.
But women of color are seen as super strong. And we wear that as a badge of honor. We are strong. I can do
Hmm.
this. I can work. I could be a mom. I can do the what is it? Parent room, non-parent.
Hmm.
I can,
Yeah,
get the CEO behind my name. I can have the title and have the dream marriage, the pretty kids, all of it put together. And we wear it as a badge of honor. But inside, we are broken. We
yeah,
are screaming for help and don't know where to go. We're
yes.
not even trying to figure it out because
Well,
this is what our mantra is. This is my shoulders and I carry the
yeah,
weight, right?
yeah, and you don't know who you are outside of that.
Oh no. Okay, so one of my favorite activities when we do Time Out with Tay workshops is to go around the table. I'm telling all my secrets. It's to go around the table and ask people to introduce themselves. Ask the women to introduce themselves. And 10 out of 10 times I get all of, I'm a mom. I run this. I do this. I am this, that, and the third. But that is not the question I ask. The question is, who are you? Because if someone asks
Mm,
me, who am I? Oh, I'm Tay. I'm funny. I'm loud.
yes.
I'm an extroverted introvert. I love to go outside. I love to hike. I love self-care. I love putting on events. I am not mom, although it is an attribute of myself. I
Hmm.
am not wife. I am Shantae first. So it's a lot to put on yourself, all these titles. And then at the end of the day, when I say, but who are you? The women are taken aback like, oh, you
Like,
didn't ask me about my title.
yeah.
Right. But also the problem is because you didn't take the time to reintroduce yourself to you. We do
Mm,
get caught up in our titles throughout life. They change. We are constantly changing into new beings, and we have to
Hmm.
allow ourselves to become those new creations and give that space, but still hold our titles dear, right? Because we
Yeah.
still enjoy being a mom, we enjoy being a wife,
Sure.
we fulfilled in those situations, but the pathway to who you are in those titles, but not you're not of those titles.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't encompass yourself in a box of checks, right? Although
Yeah.
I give check boxes because everyone likes that
Like
satisfying.
that. I did that.
Did it.
I did that.
Nailed it. Especially women
Okay.
who are go-getters, who see things, who
Yes.
are doing things and moving and shaking. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a mover and shaker and I know what I like to do.
Yeah. You need process.
You need
I
process.
can I can give you that.
I can give you
So
that.
what does self-care look like as, and you hit on it earlier, as a norm or structure versus that escape? How does that show up in our everyday lives?
It shows up as you show up at everything else you do. When you're a mom, you're at work, you have a schedule, you're planned. You are
Hmm.
very strategic about your time management. You're strategic about your projects. You're strategic about your doctor's appointments, their doctor's appointments. It's the same for you. You have this handy dandy machine here, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
holds everybody business but yours.
yours.
But
Yep.
yours. So my first piece of advice is to sit down and schedule it. Now, a lot of people don't know what they want to do. And that's fine because you're learning yourself, but you should try something. I give you 75 different things you can try. The
Wow.
majority of them are by yourself.
Hmm.
Because if eating by yourself, going to the movies by yourself, sitting in the house without a TV on is something that triggers you for anxiety, like I got to be doing something, I got to be moving. We need to start planning what you're doing, but we also need to figure out what you like. And
Yeah.
not every circumstance is going to have the same remedy, so to speak,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so I like to go outside when I'm feeling anxious. That might not work for somebody else. Somebody might not like outside
Hmm.
and being alone. But when I'm outside, I'm not just walking. I'm also present with myself and figuring out, okay, what are these feelings? What are the root causes? Why do I feel anxious in this moment? Is work being too much? But it's not work being too much. It's me taking on too many responsibilities.
Hmm.
You got to go to the root of it. But in
Yep.
the setting the boundary is, okay, this time is for me to figure out who I am in this moment. What is my awareness? And that starts at so many different levels. Like your first level, okay, work is overwhelming me. And that's great getting to that point. But then you need to dig a little deeper.
Deeper.
Why is it overwhelming me? How have I allowed this to overwhelm me? Have I not spoken up saying I've taken on too much? I'm sorry. I
Hmm.
have to take a step back. Or have I decided I'm gonna tell my mama a little bit? I was there on Friday and she was working on a report. And I'm laying there looking at her and she's getting frustrated. And she tells her counterpart who's working on the report with her, I'll have it done in 30 minutes. Now I'm looking at the report. I'm looking at her. And I'm like, why would you set yourself a deadline of 30 minutes? You're
Hmm.
You've set yourself up to be frustrated in the next 30 minutes.
Yep.
That report and how much detail you're putting into it and then explaining the details to another person to do the from the bottom up and she's working from the top
Top
down.
down. Yeah.
You've said that on yourself. We do that so often, don't even recognize that we put so many um, obstructions in our own path
Yeah.
that we're just oblivious. Like, I'm like, Ma, why would
And
you
I
say that?
because she probably thinks like myself that that's what people expect. They expect me to have it
Yeah,
all figured out and then I'm gonna have it done in the next 15, 20 minutes here.
but that's
Just give
also
me a
the Black
minute
woman struggle,
and
right?
there it is.
That's the
And
Black
there it
woman
is.
struggle. We have it all figured out. We everybody's mama. We everybody's friend. We
Mm-hmm.
got it all. We got it all. The dotted I's, the crossed T's. You ain't got to worry about me
Right.
mentality. I'm
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
problem. I'm not the problem. But that also falls back for me to being a parent, for being a child of a single parent who you can't
Mm-hmm.
make a lot of noise, right? You don't want to bother them or hinder them more.
Mm-hmm.
You see them going to do so much, so much, so much that you're like, I'm just gonna pipe down and figure it out myself.
Yeah, because she got enough on her
She
plate.
got a lot.
I see her with all the balls in the air. Yeah.
Exactly. Praise God, she found my daddy. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Thank God for
See,
my brother.
see. Okay, but in the beginning, it was me and her, and I saw
Mm-hmm.
her, and then you just fall into that rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to fall into a rhythm and just go with it because okay, it has some external validation too.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because we like to be told, "Oh, girl, you got it
You got
together,"
it together. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
we were like, "Yeah, you're right," and then on the inside, I cannot do
I
this.
believe I know. I'm falling apart. I'm tired. I can't even enjoy the victory because I'm worn out.
Exactly. At what
Oh my
cost
gosh.
does that 3 seconds of applause come with?
Yes. Yeah. Because in a minute, they're not going to remember it. No
You
way.
don't remember it because they're gonna ask you to do 5 other things
Thanks.
in about 5 seconds
Because you just did that.
because you
So,
just did not. Yeah.
so let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. So, what is it? And I was reading through some of your stuff, and you talk a lot about time and boundaries and alignment. And what boundary do women need to set, but they avoid it because they think it feels selfish? Or what types of boundaries do they
Their
not want to set?
time. They do not
Mm-hmm.
set boundaries with their time. They do not set boundaries with their energy. I do not have to exude all of my energy at work. I'll speak to that
Mm-hmm.
because if you have so much to give at work, but come home tired, you fussing, you yelling, you upset, but the people that work with you from 9 to 5 think you are the sweetest person in the world.
Mm-hmm. They get the best of you.
They get the best of you. But we're allowing that. So I full on throttle my emotions. So
Mm-hmm.
we all know what a throttle is. You put on the gas, it don't go so far. It only goes so
Mm-hmm.
far. You can't push me past a certain limit because I have to have something when I get home for myself first and then for my
Mm-hmm.
family as well.
Right.
So the first is setting the boundary internally. We like I said, we always want to give it to somebody else. You have to set it for yourself first before you can provide it to anyone else because you don't even know. Some people are cutting people off and the boundary, they're like, what happened? They don't even know. The
Mm-hmm.
reason people don't know is because you've allowed them to think that this is okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes the external issue is you because you've allowed this to happen for so long.
And didn't communicate
And it
that
had no
it's a
communication, but
line for you.
there's something that you but the also problem is that you are communicating something you don't directly understand.
Mm.
You're trying to communicate, you're trying to set a boundary, but you're really cutting people off. You haven't set a boundary and with internally first before you externally say I can't do it anymore. These
Mm-hmm.
people are like, what happened? I don't know.
Yeah, what did I do?
What I do? This is what
Yeah,
we always do.
do. Mm.
Right?
Yeah,
So we have to go, we have to explain it. We have to understand it,
yeah.
then we have to explain it. Hey, this is what makes me feel this type of way. I feel overworked. I feel exhausted. I feel like I don't have the help that I need. And you may not have asked for the help.
That's fair, right?
That's
And you got to own that.
You got to own that. So it's also taking accountability for where you've had your own shortcomings
Yeah.
internally. And the boundaries are also being open and honest. A lot of people want to put walls up and expect people to just know.
Hmm.
You should know how I feel. You like me. You like we friends. So we've been friends for 50 years. And you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, but
I tried that with your uncle. That didn't work out for the good of the group.
I figured it.
That
It
didn't
never
work out.
does. It never does.
Like, how would he know that?
How?
Yeah.
Mind
So
readers aren't real.
that's it.
They aren't real.
That's it.
Look,
Now,
association does not mean I know every intricate detail about you. I'm
yeah,
associated with you. People believe that you lay down with me. We are one.
yeah.
But it's
I know
osmosis
every
at this
in and
point.
out. Yeah. No,
No, that's
nope.
called communication.
I have Q&A every quarter. Like,
Lit-
okay, these are the
okay,
things I need to know.
right, right. and and point A,
Yeah.
where are you now?
Good.
But that's also learning um, together, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
We don't introduce other people into our world, especially that because it's kind of sensitive, right? I have
Yeah.
an accountability partner. Time I would say started as my accountability partner, where
Mm-hmm.
I was in a deficit in life. COVID
Mm-hmm.
19 was happening. I was a mom to two littles,
Yeah.
second grade, one who had never touched a computer a day in his life, and a baby who just went to daycare maybe for a week. And then we were
Mm-hmm.
at home together
At
in a
home. Yeah.
demanding job.
Yeah.
It became more demanding because everybody wants to know where the money is, right? I'm a treasury
Mm.
analyst for those of you who don't know in the private sector.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a busy job too. I live this. I'm not talking about it. We live this every day here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to learn what my boundary was and what was too much for me in that moment. And now that I'm aware of what I don't have almost a too much. I don't have
Mm.
it too much. Like I know when I'm getting to the limit, like, okay, girl, you need to go sit down. Like
Yeah.
go be with
Like
yourself for a
you
minute.
at a yellow light.
You're
Let's
at a yellow.
yeah.
You're 2 seconds from from a red.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel as though like we always want the boundaries to be external instead of internal first. We'll skip a step so it's easier because I don't have to deal with me.
Uh, but you always come back to you.
You always come back to you.
Let's talk about the what you just said about your accountability partner and how this started, because it started, if I read it right, that you were just trying to do this for your circle,
I was.
and then it just kind of grew from there. So talk to me a little bit about how it started, and then the power of because this is hard work, right? Making these
It is
kinds
hard
of
work.
shifts. So what's the value add of doing it in community, such as with Time Out with Tay or sisterhood like ours?
Absolutely. So Time Out with Tay started December 17th, 2020. We turned 5 years old
Ah,
on the 17th. I'm super proud of us guys. Um, how it started was I was at work with two littles looking at me and I'm
mm-hmm,
looking at them. And my best friend calls me in the middle of the day. Now she never doesn't normally do that because I'm working. But I answered because I was like, this is odd. Let me answer the phone. And she was
mm-hmm,
sobbing. And
mm-hmm,
I'm like, hello, hello. And she's like, I'm here. And I'm like, where are you? She's hiding in the closet. She had 3 boys. During this time, her husband was working outside of the home as well as mine.
mm-hmm,
Um, and she said, I had enough. I've had enough. I said, what's going on? How are you doing? What's happening right now? And she's
mm-hmm.
like, nothing but everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know any woman who doesn't know what nothing and
And
everything means.
everything means, yep.
Look, and
As
I'm like,
soon as
oh,
you
okay.
said it, I was like, yep.
Yes. So I said, okay, where are you? I'm hiding in the closet. I said, okay. Um, have you had any time to yourself? Because I know they're all needing you. They're all clawing at you for different rings. All 4 men in the house were
House,
clawing at you
right.
for different things. And she said, I said, you had any time for you? And she said, who was that? And I
Hmm.
said,
Problem A.
problem A is we don't know
Mm-hmm,
who you are. And that resonated with me a couple of days later. So I'm trying to do it all. I'm staying up till midnight, waking up before the kids so that I can get enough work done that I can still be my son's lunch buddy when school is out, right?
yeah,
Technically
yeah.
on lunch. And then
Mm-hmm,
also take off for my 1.5-year-old at the time. So it was just a lot. And I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm out here giving advice, but I'm exhausted. One night about 3 o'clock in the morning, I could not go back to sleep. And it kept saying time out with Tay, time out with Tay. And I'm like, what the heck is that?
mm-hmm.
And then that night I was texting people, that afternoon I was texting people like, hey, I'm doing a live where we're going to do self-care together. as a community. We're going to go on here. I'm going to just be talking to you guys and have some questions that I want you to answer in the chat on Instagram. And then I'll probably be deep conditioning my hair because I haven't done that in weeks. I'm gonna be doing something like that. I'll paint my nails, something crazy, but I want everybody to get onto it, do something with me. And that community grew, and it finally got out the group chat recently. And we did
Mm-hmm.
live events. We're doing live events here in Atlanta, and I might have a
Wow.
little secret about for other places as well. But
Mhm.
we became a community. We decided that every first Thursday of the month, we would come together and talk about topics that were related to time out with Tay and how to integrate self-care. It started in my bathroom. And for the women who are like, it costs too much, it does not cost a thing, actually. It
Mhm.
does not cost you anything. You got paper and a printer. You have time to be online. You have time to be in community. It doesn't have to cost you anything. I literally started in my bathroom. That was my oasis where I would close the door, lock it, double lock, get in
Mhm.
the tub and be alone with my thoughts and figure out, okay, where do I want to be? Who's this woman I want to become? What part of myself or aspects of me that I want to reconnect with? What have I
Mhm.
lost in my transitions of life into wife, mother, career woman, entrepreneur now?
Mhm.
And how do I see this first serving me long term? And we lose that aspect of
Mhm.
some things should serve me.
Yep. Yeah.
My time should serve me. My energy should serve me. And I'm not saying that it's selfish, and that you shouldn't serve others. I'm an others first type person, but I also don't
Mhm.
neglect myself.
Yeah.
So the community at that time helped me to get back to what I needed to be whole. We're
Mhm.
walking around in pieces with these big gaps in ourselves because we don't remember what filled that aspect of us or what filled that cup because we got so lost in translation of life.
Oh, gosh, what are red flags that a woman could see or go through that says I'm out of pocket, I'm out of alignment, something's wrong, I need to take a time out.
Our first red flag is our minds. Okay, so of a computer. I think about this all the time. You have so many tabs open,
Mhm.
and you're trying to figure out which tab should I go to next. And most of them, the tabs are for someone else,
Yes.
something else,
Yes.
someone else. If you look at all 33,000 tabs that's open in your mind, and not one is to serve yourself or to fill your cup, that's your first red flag. I have done this for this person. I've checked that box. I've done this for that person. I've done this for this job. I've done this for that thing, right? I've
Mhm.
served in this community. I've served my church. I've done all these things. And not saying that those things aren't beneficial, but if you have not refilled your cup or thought about yourself or have some time allocated for you, that's your first red flag.
Yeah.
If you're I'll know when I'm out of pocket is when I'm spicy. I'm spicy generally, right? But
I wasn't gonna say nothing,
just a
but
little bit. But,
just a
but I
smidge.
know when it's too much. When I
Yeah,
start getting
yeah,
on
yeah,
my own nerves, I'm like, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
yeah,
need to go sit
I get
down. I'm getting on my own nerves. So why are you bickering?
right. You talking to you like, why you upset?
Why
What's
are
wrong?
you so upset, girl?
Yeah,
And we have to be honest with ourselves, but sometimes we'll push those thoughts over to the side, right? I
yeah.
just got to keep going.
Hmm.
I just got to keep moving. We'd rather push through than take the time. But that's also being scared to know yourself. A lot of women are apprehensive of what they might uncover
Mm.
instead of what they might heal.
Oh, that's powerful.
You're more concerned about, ooh, that's ugly. I don't want that to be seen. So I'll put some dirt over it, put a flower bed on top and pretending it's not there, rather than uncovering it and going, I need to heal this part of me.
Hmm.
So this is where I should start. And we all have our soft spots for ourselves,
Hmm.
right? This might be a little bit too hard. But I also say don't take big chunks. We don't have to go to the extreme, right? We
Hmm.
want to do it right now. Everything is so instant.
Yeah,
take a step towards healing, call a counselor. Like your job is offering 3 free sessions.
Yep. A lot
Go
of
right.
jobs do that now.
Yes. Take advantage of that. It's
Yep.
privacy. So a lot of people are like, I don't want to talk to nobody. They're going to tell my business at work. They legally, they
They
cannot.
can't. Right.
They cannot. So don't set up an excuse before you even take the step.
Right. Yeah. HIPAA laws are serious.
HIPAA laws are real. Like,
Yeah. So they
and
take
they're
them
free.
seriously because they don't want to risk their license
Yes,
fooling with you. So why don't
exactly.
take advantage of
Take
whatever?
advantage of your benefits.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I want to give you an opportunity first to tell me about what's going on with Time Out with Tay, what you guys are going to be offering, what's coming down the pipe, so people
Awesome.
can know and how to find you.
Awesome. So what's coming down the pike is time I would say is again out of the group chat, guys. I've started hosting in-person events for women to come together and have community. So the first event I had was Bouquets and Brunch, and I had that about a year, actually 2 years ago. And that was my first iteration. And then this year we had my second, and it was amazing. We also host in-person events. I'm sorry, they're in Atlanta. So if you're local, please come on out and come see me. And then we have Bouquets and Brunch, and the women come together and we create a bouquet, and we talk about personal events or things at these events where we have workshops and discuss current events and items that are going on in our lives. And it's highly confidential, but a great time of women who are in the community with us and who get it, who we are. Well, 2026, am I going to let this out? 2026, we're going to host our first Valentine's Day event in February the 12th, 2026. We're also going to bring back Wine Down with Tay and Bouquets and with Brunch. And also in 2026, I have started a remote service. So if you want to host a Time Out with Tay event at your party, one of your ministries, a gathering of all your girls and good nights, good girls nights, I am available, and that is up on my website at inwardendeavors.com. You can also find me at Shanti _TOWT on Instagram.
Yes, I was just about to say you better tell them where to find you.
Yes.
Um, and I'm not gonna lie, when you gave your website and you said N-word, and I thought you were saying N-word, like the N-word.
No,
I was
I
like,
am
well, what with
inward.
the baby? Right. That's not appropriate. I had to look at your email address like,
Inward.
what did you? So if you like me got old ears and heard that all wrong, I'm gonna put all her information
Look,
in it.
listen, it's
All the
inward.
information. N word. INWARD.
Yes,
N
yes.
word endeavors.com. But I'm gonna put all her information in the show notes so you will be able to find her on Instagram and also on her website and connect with her. Connect with her. Connect with her. If you, I mean, even just your posts and stuff, I find so incredibly amazing and
Thank you
motivating
so
and
much.
encouraging. So you guys want to be connected with her, make sure that you do that. But Tay, before you leave, I want you to take a second and for a woman who's listening, and I think this is going to air either in between the holidays or right at the top of the year, but for a woman who's listening who wants to do better this year, but she doesn't quite know where to start. What's the first small grounded step that she can take to really start integrating self care into her life?
Absolutely. So the first grounded step you should take is realize that time was never the issue. It's where you prioritize yourself and your well-being, which is the issue. Once you decide I have enough time for me, then you can move on forward with your next steps in self-care. And that's deciding I am more than enough. I am worthy of this time and of my energy. And then also putting yourself in a position to be cared for, to be healed, and to allow yourself to be helped and loved. So the first step is acknowledging you are worth the time. You are worth your own time.
I love that. And because you've said that constantly throughout, that it starts here first.
Yeah.
We want to put the boundaries and stuff out there, but so much of it starts in our own minds. So I really appreciate you reiterating that. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I
Thank
know you
you.
are so exhausted and I know you got to be tired. So thank you so much for
You're
taking this
so
time out
welcome. It was
to
an honor and a
hang out
privilege
with
to talk
me.
to you all.
Oh, thank you so much. And stay in the studio. I'll be right back with you. But I just want to close the show and then I want to love on you before you go.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh my gosh, did you guys love her? She is absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. I'm so proud of the work that she's done in this space. And as with most things that are amazing, it comes out of necessity. So for her and her friend their own need to take those time outs and to create and carve out self-care for themselves benefit them first, gets them in a place of well-being first, but it also helps their families and their children. And now look, it's even helping us because they took the time to do that hard work. So I want to encourage you today to make certain that you are integrating self care into this year. We're at the top of the year or right in between the holidays, whenever this comes out. But this is the perfect time to do a reset and make sure that you don't get overwhelmed this year. Make sure you do the hard work up here, as we talked about. If it's therapy that you need, you know we are very pro therapy in the Alpha Omega Lambda sorority. Get what you need to make certain that you heal what needs to be healed. You are worth that. And yes, for your family, for your children, for all the people that need you, but you are worth that for you. And so we want to be an encouragement to you. We want to bring people here like Tay who specialize in this area and can minister to those specific needs. So with that, thank you so much for joining our show today. We hope to bring you more incredible topics like these as it relates to mental health and wellness and or as it relates to domestic violence or the things that we have going on in our sorority. It's been a pleasure talking with you guys tonight. We look forward to catching you in the next episode of the Hot Pink Pod. As you've noticed, scrolling on the bottom, you'll see our website. If you're interested in finding out more about us, you can look us up at www.alphaomegalambda.com. Click the I'm interested button and let us know that you want us to reach out to you to find out more about our sorority. We would love to chat with you. Until the next time, take care.